Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Cher, and today we are going to cover some more eyeshadow palettes. I want to walk you through some of my palettes that I think are going to be great for the holidays. We're just going to kind of look at some very holiday appropriate makeup. If that interests you, stick around and we will hop right on in. Okay, so first of all, a little disclaimer. I know I'm not looking very festive for the topic of this video. Just pretend I'm wearing something very Christmassy or, holiday themed. Sometimes I just got to film when I can film. Also, let me know how you're feeling about this new setup. It's not really a new setup necessarily, but just a different angle. I don't know. I've had a few comments. People want me to look straight on at the camera instead of me like looking at you from above. Really, it's just been a matter of my setup. Like, I'm not super fancy. So, I'm trying this out. I'm going to see how it works. I wanted to make sure that my lighting is still working though from this angle. So anyway, just let me know your thoughts. Do you like this setup better than my usual one where I'm over in the corner more, like next to my, I don't know, bed area? I don't know. I am in the middle of reorganizing my whole beauty room here, or half of my room. So I'm switching things up and trying things out. So let me know. And a video is coming as soon as my new drawers come in, whenever that is. Amazon keeps delaying it and I'm really annoyed. But anyway, I am getting off topic. Just stay tuned for that. I will be bringing you a whole like beauty room reorganization whenever those stupid drawers come. All right. So anyway, let me pull out these palettes and we will get started. All right. So I don't have a set number for you guys yet. I will probably end up putting it on the thumbnail or in the title once I know how many there are. I'm literally just going through all my palettes right below here, and the ones that I think are fabulous for the holidays and will work for a great color scheme, I'm going to pull it out. This is about as rogue as I have ever gone. But some of the things that meet this criteria of what I think makes a great holiday color story, lots of shimmer and glitter for the holidays, of course. The color schemes don't necessarily have to be all just like red or green. I'm also thinking like cool tones and smokies with like a red lip, or, I don't know. Some of them that just really make almost like frosty looks too, snowflakey looks, but definitely sparkle and shine. Also, even, soft pinks could even be it if you wanted a frostier pink, I don't know, just something that inspires me and makes me think of the sparkle of the holidays. So it might not necessarily be just a set color story of like green, red, gold, but anything that like inspires me. Even if I think of like wintry blue and frosty mountains, snowmen, like whites and light blues, it's going in. So anyway, let's keep going. The first one up that I pulled is this one from Dominique Cosmetics. Unconditional palette is what it's called. I'm thinking it was really great for like Valentine's Day looks, but I think this makes fabulous holiday looks too. And this is definitely coming out as one I want to do for the holidays. Right there is what screams holidays to me. But like this kind of almost cranberry color with that, totally holidays. Okay, now hear me out on this one. I pulled out the Sunrise Natasha Denona palette. Okay, I know this is very summery, as it indicates, sunrise, like Tahiti sunrise, but some of the like more cranberry type colors over here, and the sparkles over here and shimmers. I know I have this one that's like messed up, but it almost can turn a little gold, and I definitely think of like gold tinsel. So maybe not necessarily the oranges and yellows as much, but a lot of these like cranberries and golds. I'm just in here like, when I look at this palette, I think it's because the black background, but I just think Santa. Like this palette just screams Santa to me right now. I don't know why. So I'm including it. Y'all might think I'm crazy for that. Okay, this one, I don't think anybody will argue. This is the Dream Street ColourPop palette. It was a collab with Kathleen Lights. This is like an ultimate Christmas palette to me. I really think you got the greens and reds, even though this comes out a little more blue than it looks in the palette. It's like a greeny blue almost, but, and then all of these golds, I mean, it is just very, very holiday. And I feel like it's very holiday for like New Year's too. So definitely probably ranked pretty high up there as a holiday one, in my opinion, of like what's one of my most holiday palettes. So definitely had to include this one. Okay, I feel like I've brought up this palette in, I know I did it, I had it in maybe like the November, the palettes I have used, and so I was ranking them. I brought it up, but I'm going to bring it up as a winter holidays palette. This is the Jeffree Star Blue Bloods palette. All of the blues in it, some of the cool tones, some of the white frosts, like very much a winter wonderland palette that it can be. I still love this palette, and I still love me a Jeffree Star formula. I said what I said. Okay, and you guys know that I recently did a review on the Natasha Denona Xenon palette as well. By the way, guys, is it Xenon or Xenon? Okay, some people call it Xenon and some call it Xenon. And I thought when something started with an X that you call it Xenon. So let me know your vote. I want to know once and for all. I'm probably saying it wrong. But anyway, as I mentioned in my review of this palette, I feel like this is the ultimate like holiday palette. It is very, a lot of it is very blue toned, lovely like frosty looks you can make and smoky looks. There's also a few just very like cool tone matte smoky you can do with like a red lip, but I think it's a fabulous holiday palette for sure, and will definitely still give you some of those blue frosty vibes as well. Okay, now this is, it's all just pressed glitter, but I'm going to include it because, hello, it's all glitters. And so I'm like, yeah, you need this for the holidays. You need pressed glitter of some kind. Not the best palette, not going to lie, but it comes in handy when I need it for just pressed glitters of like several colors. Next, we have a Jaclyn Hill Morphe collab palette. This is the Bling Boss. I really love this palette too. Very like, you know, we've got the cranberries again, a little grape, some golds, but all the shimmers in this and the very like deep, deep cranberry, Christmas berry looks, I think are perfect using this palette. Similarly, we have the Makeup Revolution. What was the name of this one again? I always forget. It's the Reloaded Velvet Rose, and it's a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, so I'm probably going to have to include the Soft Glam also. But again, it's got some great like cranberries. They're a little warmer tones, but then these like little purple ones make good looks too. And then with the gold, I do still feel like this could be a holiday palette in there as well. Okay, we've got this little Fenty Beauty, those little snap shadows. This is in the shade, what was it? Smoky. And that right there is why this is a great palette for the holidays. Makes a fantastic, like, this would be like great for a New Year's party, for a Christmas party too. Holiday parties, I mean, just love this color story here. You know, it's a small palette, not a lot of colors in it, but gonna give you the perfect holiday look. Okay, here's another one that y'all might think I'm crazy for. Hear me out. I know it's gonna look like a summer palette. Iconic London Beachside Babe eyeshadow palette, but check out these sparklies in here. This is like Christmas tree green tinsel, some gold tinsel in here. You know, still we got like the Christmas tree themes. A lot of people will do like love a good like almost like bright blue sparkly look, especially around like New Year's and stuff. So I'm gonna still consider it a holiday palette because of these very ultra vibrant colored, I mean, I'm almost thinking like they're Christmas lights on the tree. Like right in here is what I'm thinking about. So I'm gonna include it. I did. I went there. I included it. Okay, and similarly with all the shimmer, we have the Minka palette from Adept Cosmetics. This is probably like still my #1 favorite palette ever. Look at all of the shimmers in that. So, you're not seeing a lot of like ultra, you know, red and green and that kind of stuff, but all of these are very like winter snow, a little blue winter. These are like gold and tinsel. So this is a very good like winter um, and New Year's. This is an ultimate like New Year's palette, so definitely including this one. Okay, another one to hear me out on, guys. I know this is definitely more of like a spring overall look, but Wonder Beauty Sweet Escapes. Look at that shifty. Okay, so it's these shimmers and the sparkles, and I feel like this, it's like I can just see somebody's holiday decoration where they have the soft like pastel holiday, you know, like, what is that? Like a wired sparkle with like little reindeer and trees set up. I can just see like this set up on somebody's mantle in this color story. And so it is very much pulling in that holiday, like wintry, soft holiday to me. So I'm including it. Okay, guys, so because I included the Makeup Forever, I have to include the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam as well. Similar color story as the Makeup Forever Velvet Rose Reloaded. Again, cranberries, gold, some smoky. So yeah. Okay, this one I debated on. This I got in an Ipsy. A lot of palettes I got in Ipsy, but this is from Mally, Best Dressed Lids. I had looked up the creator, the brand, and she had like a whole like bridesmaid guide out there. So I think it's a very much for like weddings. And I played with it a lot because I do a lot of weddings. And so I like the shimmers in it and everything. I think it's not as well known to people. It makes very like soft, subtle shimmers on all the eyes. But I have created some really pretty like green, soft green shimmery looks. And some along in here like gold looks too. So I wanted to include it just because I think that you can make some very subtle green and gold looks with it and that are shimmer. And so it kind of meets my standards there. So I am going to go ahead and let it slide on in. Okay. I had this one in my November palettes used to, the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 2. Definitely one for parties. So nice. I mean, this is definitely your ultimate party makeup palette. And it makes a lot of the like more burgundies, golds. So, and all like shimmer, like you're gonna make a complete shimmer eye look out of it. So definitely one I had to include. This one next is the Violet Voss Berries and Cream Dreams palette. Just all the berries in this with the shimmers. I mean, no doubt reminded me of the holidays. Okay, and then now I have this Ofra palette. Now, I don't know what is the name of it. In the back, it says Black Friday palette, but here it says Glitch. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they mean Black Friday, like it's in the winter time that it's coming. So you're going to buy it at Black Friday. I don't know. So I don't know if I officially know the name of this palette. I don't know if it's still sold or not, but definitely all the cool tones, very wintry, snowy. I have used this for bridal makeup too, some. Absolutely love it. I'm such an Ofra girl, and I love their eyeshadow palettes too. So I know sometimes there's mixed thoughts on the eyeshadow, but I love it. So definitely including that one. I had a lot on this round, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, we've got the Too Faced. This was an actual winter holiday palette, so I had to include that. And it's very like gingerbread colors, you know, as a theme. You know, lots of pinks and pastels in it more, but it was specifically for winter, so had to include that. Okay, the next two are both from the same brand. This was Coastal Scents, which I feel like nobody ever talks about anymore. But there's two different palettes. One is the Revealed 3 palette, and this runs with like berry shades and stuff. I'm counting it because I do just really feel like it all leans very cranberry, and the cranberry definitely reminds me of holiday season. And then the other one is the Revealed Smoky. And I definitely, you can tell that I use this shimmer the most in this, but this definitely gives some great smoky looks too, and a little bit of like bluer leaning ones for frosty, that kind of thing. So I'm definitely including stuff that's kind of got the smoky, wintry feel. I've mentioned this in, my wedding palette ones. I just feel like anything with this much sparkle and shimmer and glam has to be included as a holiday. This is the Huda Beauty nude palette, but it's all very like pink and cranberry leaning. I use it a lot for weddings because of the pinker tones I can get out of it, but such a stunning, stunning palette. Love this one so much. And these over here are definitely where I feel are very holiday. So just, look at that sparkle. It's like cranberry garland on the tree. So definitely going to include that one. Now, I did just recently compare the I Need a Nude palette. I showed off the Jeffree Star Wedding Star palette, made to kind of be wedding star, but there's just so many sparkles in here, cranberries, cool tones, warm tones, shimmers, mattes. Like, you got so many looks. There's so much you can do with this for the holidays that I definitely have to mention it. And I love my Jeffree Star formula, like I said. And then while we're talking about Jeffree Star, I figure we'll go ahead and share this one too. Another favorite Jeffree Star Morphe collab. I used this palette for like everything in the beginning when I was doing my makeup practice, because there's just every shade in here I needed. You got your gold pressed pigment there. You got like green for Christmas trees. You've got more cranberry, like purple tones more, but like, more on the pinks and stuff. You've got smoky over here in winter, soft, more subtle nudes, but with shimmer, some greens still. You got it all. Holidays. So I said it. Okay, and then I did mention this in the fall. I feel like this is one of those year-round palettes that has everything almost. Ciete London Brazilian Glow eyeshadow palette. Like with the Brazilian, you'd think of it more as a summery palette, but all these cranberry shades in it. I have used this for fall, but also here in the winter, because I feel like it makes some very soft, like snowflakey pinks that are subtle, but then you can also make these darker burgundies or like cranberry colors. Got a little gold in there, like a little bit of everything. So still including it too. And I got this a while back from a company called Gabelius, and very like springy, I guess, or summery, but some of these colors still again jump out. Golds, greens, the blues, the silver snow, gold tinsel. So, I mean, it's kind of like, I didn't have to include it, but I decided it's like little ornaments on the tree is what it reminds me of. So I decided to include it. And here is the front of it. Love it with the crown on it. And the Profusion Sultry palette, just, I mean, you got, this is a better, more drugstore option. I'm thinking of these greens in here and golds, and I just, yeah. So I figured I'd include it. Okay, and then another Jaclyn Hill. Again, it just covers so many shade ranges. I use this a lot for wedding makeup too, because you got so many options. There's your cranberries and berries, some soft pinks with shimmers, some gold, but also up here we've got some winter theme going on too. So a little bit of everything. I also talk about this palette a lot, that I use a lot for like artistic. It's just got such bold, fiery looks. The Morphe 3503, Fierce by Nature. Look at that. I mean, come on. Christmas tree, gold tinsel, cranberries everywhere. Christmas. Okay, this is very dirty because this is my like paint, almost like what I use with like face painting. So I've got to clean it down before reusing. Lots of like water has splashed and everything close by it, but it just this is like my rainbow palette of everything. But it's just reminding me of a lot of the lights on the Christmas tree, like that bright yellow. I just feel like this is a Christmas tree up here with some color colored lights on it. So of course, because you have red and you have green and you have like all these colors you can play with, you know, it could be included as a Christmas palette. Okay guys, I'm really bad about forgetting to include palettes sometimes. This is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude. Just did, you know, a review on this one too. And I mentioned how I definitely think this is a good party one for the holidays. It's, you know, all neutrals. I think it leans more like bronze and peach, but so many shimmers and definitely makes some great standard like holiday looks. So I think it should be included too. All right, I'm sure we can make some Christmas like holiday out of this too. You got winter, you got Christmas, you got the tree, yeah, all this like tinselly looking stuff. So I'm gonna include it too. That's that new Paletopoly we got in the Chic Beauty box. And then the last one I'm going to mention is the Peridot palette. I just did a look with this that's so stunning. It was like a green Christmas tree on my eyes. Makes a great, if you want green and like the most vibrant shimmer ever, this is the one. And this was from Rasha B Cosmetics. So I need to research the brand a little bit more, but absolutely loved it. So I think we finally came to the end of all the palettes that I think would be of use at the holidays that I own. I'm going to count how many that was, and we'll include it in the thumbnail or end title, because I don't know, it was a lot. I feel like it was like half my palettes could be used for holidays. Some more on the holiday side than others. But that wraps it up. Hope that you guys enjoyed that. I'm excited that it's that time of year, and hope you got some good ideas of palettes that might work for you for the holidays. Let me know which ones you're using right now, and make sure that you stay tuned for more like this. I will bring you another video at the end of December for all of the palettes I've used in December, and try to rank them like I did for November, and try to do this more in the future. And also, you know, just beauty faves that are seasonal and that kind of thing. We'll do more videos like this. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and make sure you pop that subscribe so you don't miss more like it in the future. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Happy holidays.